Yo, what's up? Before we get into this episode of Forever Talking, I just wanted to ask you guys if you can go down the link in the bio and pre-save my new song. It's a Godlike remix, and it has Mark Battles and Futuristic on it. Uh, when we last dropped the original Godlike in February of 2022, it became one of my biggest songs, and we wanted to see if we can top that. And if you can just go down and pre-save it, it would really mean a lot, and it would help a lot. So hopefully you enjoy this episode of Forever Talking. Love you all. Godlike remix with Mark Battles and Futuristic on January 27th, baby. Let's fucking get it. All right. Welcome to Forever Talking, where we talk nothing forever. My name is the Ian Moore, and this is my commentating partner, co-host Nicholas. Nicholas, how you doing today, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Cheeks. I'm cans.
A little sick.
I feel like ass cheeks. I've been drinking fucking Mucinex like I'm a drug addict. I can't. I mean, I'm just. I have a bacterial infection. I went to
Yeah.
I went to the urgent care today. They're like, you want COVID and flu test? I was like, not really, but I guess so. Both were negative. They test me for strep. They're like, you got some drainage in your ear, so I'm probably gonna get an ear infection.
Oh, dude, those are terrible. The ear ones.
Yeah, dude. So I'm just shitty. They just said I have a bacterial infection, and to just keep doing what I was doing.
Do they still stick that on your nose for the testing, or did you get tested?
It was just a normal, like they didn't stick it all the way up my nose. They just kind of swabbed
Oh,
my nose, and oh, Jesus. Yeah, I went there, and then they basically just told me to keep doing what I was doing. So utter waste of my time. And every like they I got a strep test, wasn't strep. We
you
on like
just got a hard cold.
I guess I'm on like day 5 of this shit.
Yikes! I remember Sunday.
Yeah, they're like just drink your fluids, man. And I was like, that's helpful. They're like drink your fluids, take some over the top, over the counter medicine. So I've just been drinking Prime, and
That
it,
stuff's good.
yeah, it hydrates me. So that's
You got to tear the wrapper off though.
avoid lawsuit. So yeah, and we're on Zoom today. If you haven't noticed yet, for any reason,
He's right next to me.
you're on my left. Um,
All right.
The reason we're on Zoom is because school started again, so I'm away at school and Nick is at home, and we needed to get this video out in a timely manner, which means we couldn't film it by the time I got back because we have the KSI fights coming up this weekend, and we wanted to talk about the KSI fight and the predictions of the card before we go over everything. And I was gonna get this out hopefully by Wednesday. That being said, there's another reason why I feel like shit and I'm depressed and I'm sad and I hate my life because on Sunday I watched something that just shook me to my core, and it was Aaron Rodgers walking out of Lambeau Field arm in arm with Randall Cobb after they just lost to the Detroit Lions,
Jared,
breaking fucking Jared Goff, breaking my heart. So before we get to Misfits boxing, let's talk about Aaron Rodgers.
all right, let's talk about him.
Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I watched the second half, like most of the second half. I saw the drop by Dobbs, at the start of the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
That was huge.
really.
That switched the momentum.
You don't say. You don't say.
I just remember the announcer was like, "How did he drop that?" Because the ball was like placed right.
He threaded the ball in between two people and hit him smack dab in the fucking hands.
It was like the arm. You just have to.
He dropped it, and that is not the first drop that he's had.
No.
That being said, he's a kid. He'll grow, and the young receivers on this team will continue to develop and grow into good receivers. But we're running out of time, and we're just delaying a rebuild. The Packers are going to have to go through a rebuild regardless. But the only reason we're delaying it is because of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Which, if you're going to delay something, it's because of Aaron Rodgers. You want Aaron Rodgers on your team.
Yeah.
And I want Aaron Rodgers on my team too. I don't really care about the Packers. I care about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is my favorite athlete. He's the person who made me fall in love with football about 5 or 6 years ago. My dad, we were doing a fantasy team, and my dad drafted Aaron Rodgers. I knew nothing about football.
He just got you points.
And I just saw this fucking guy, Aaron Rodgers, was smacking up points. So I was like, let me watch the game, actually. And I watched the game. I flicked it on. Turn on the TV. I watched this guy do things that no human should be able to do. The accuracy in which he throws the football is unlike anything that I've ever seen. More so than Tom Brady.
Oh, he's more accurate than Tom Brady.
I agree. I'm not gonna get in the comments and get shit on about how who's better between Tom and Aaron. Tom Brady is better than Aaron Rodgers. When you have 7 rings, you can't.
Yeah.
He's the greatest fucking quarterback to ever live. There's no.
He comes up clutch.
Yes, there is no conversation, unfortunately. And while I think that Aaron Rodgers is more talented than Tom Brady is, and when I think that both of them, when they are at their best, I think Aaron Rodgers is better than Tom Brady, but I think Tom Brady is at his best for more periods of time than Aaron Rodgers is. And it all has to come down to circumstances, not a fucking, damn microphone. It's not, it's a team sport at the end of the day. They can't do it themselves. And whenever they're both at their best, I think Aaron Rodgers is better than Tom Brady, but when they're both at their worst, they're both not very good.
Oh, this season showed that.
And this season, they are at their worst completely. And what we'll get in the TikTok comments is people saying, well, one of them's on the playoffs and one of them isn't. They both had the exact same fucking record. The only difference is that Tom Brady won his division and Aaron Rodgers didn't. Tom Brady was in the playoffs by week 4. His division is cheeks. It's cans. It's terrible. Nobody else in his division besides him knows how to play football, and that's everybody, including that is on his team. Hey, I'm happy he's in the playoffs. Do I think he deserves it? No, not really. He's 8-9, but or 9-8 or whatever he is. But they're the same team, and the Packers beat the Buccaneers earlier in the season. So yeah. But anyway, back to Aaron Rodgers. But I'm not going to deny Tom Brady is better than Aaron Rodgers. He's the best quarterback to ever live. He's the best football player to ever live. He's fucking 7 Super Bowl championships.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is. I think Aaron Rodgers is more talented. I think that at his best, he's better than Tom Brady. But all time, you can't have it's just not a conversation you can have. That being said, let's talk about this season. Talk about Aaron Rodgers. It was a rough season for the Green Bay Packers at best.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith blames that on Aaron Rodgers for letting Davante Adams walk out the door. Part of that, I understand.
I think he was leaving anyway.
He was going to leave anyway. And I don't know, and Stephen A. has more time, probably has more connections on the inside of the locker room than I do. But Aaron Rodgers cannot stop what Devontae Adams wants to do regardless. And if Devontae Adams walked out because he was unaware what Aaron Rodgers was going to do, then it's probably on Aaron Rodgers. But if Devontae Adams walked out because he just simply didn't want to be in Green Bay anymore, then it is what it is. I would further argue that it is still on the Packers for not getting another experienced wide receiver besides Randall Cobb.
Yeah, take the pressure.
Because it's the same fucking problem that we had last season. It's the same fucking problem that we had the season before. It's the same argument. We drafted Jordan Love. We didn't get an extra wide receiver. Okay, now I can only throw the ball to Devontae Adams. Same thing last year. Didn't get a wide receiver. This year, great. We got Christian Watson, but I lost Devontae Adams. Great. We got Watson. We got Dobbs. Still don't have Devontae Adams. So, what the fuck are we talking about? Who's he going to throw the ball to?
Yeah.
So, not only that, Aaron is having career lows across the board. But if you look at his stats and you look at Kirk Cousins' stats, they are exactly the fucking same. They're identical. They are down the board identical. The only difference is one team's in the playoffs and is 12-4, 12-5, whatever it is. The other team just got eliminated. So Aaron Rodgers on his worst day plays the same football as an average quarterback. Aaron Rodgers has a broken thumb and hurt ribs, and he's out there with the receiving core who are going to develop into being a good core, but are not that right now. It's constant throughout the entire season. There's a video on my phone of fucking of them lined up across, and Al Lazard stops halfway through, and Aaron Rodgers goes, "You gonna go all the way across or not?" And then he hikes it. There's another one. Aaron plays the call, rubbing down his arm for a back shoulder pass. Christian Watson misses it completely, doesn't turn around. First game of the season, he throws the ball up to Christian Watson, hits him in the hands, drops it. Last night, or on Sunday, fucking throws it to Romeo Doubs, slot pass, incredible in between two defenders. Hits Romeo in the hands, he drops it. Aaron throws one to his running back, A.J. Dillon, drops it on a first down. It is, I can't put all the blame on Aaron Rodgers here. I understand putting the blame on him a little bit this year because, yeah, sure, he didn't play great. I can put a little blame on him, but again, he has less weapons. He's almost zero, unless you consider Christian Watson, it's his first year in the season. He's played like 12 fucking games. Last year, sure, you can. That's probably an Aaron Rodgers problem against San Francisco.
San Francisco's good, but yeah, the weather also was bad. But
even then, it's the special teams that kind of fucked it all up.
Yeah.
But Rodgers should have scored more. There's no doubt about it. And then the year before that, that's fucking Matt LaFleur deciding to call a fucking field goal instead of.
That's crazy.
That's a hard fuck up. So anyway, if anyone's gonna knock out the Packers from playoff contention, by the way, it makes sense to beat the Lions. How poetic is that, huh?
To be fair, though, if they won the game, they were going to play the 49ers, which I don't think would have went well.
No. But that being said,
I mean, you never know, but he's going through them today.
Thirsty. I need to drink my fluids. Helps my bacterial infection.
I doubt it.
That being said, one thing that Aaron Rodgers has that he tends to do, hold on. You hear me?
Yeah.
What? Fucking wired microphones. One thing that Aaron Rodgers tends to do, which I was hoping after he signed the big contract they did this year that we weren't going to have to deal with this anymore, was that he constantly talks about retirement every single season.
Yeah, he doesn't fully commit.
And every year it's kind of like, is he gonna stay at the Packers? Is he not gonna stay at the Packers? I was hoping after he signed a fucking $200 million 4-year deal, that kind of means he's gonna stick around for at least more than 1 year. God. That being said, I don't think we expected the season to go the way it did.
That's what I was going to say. The past few seasons were going really smooth, and then this season was rough.
I mean, they were great. They were the best team in the NFL last year.
Yeah, I think they were the year two. No, yeah, I think they were.
They're probably the best team in the NFL the year before as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The way he walked off the field.
Yeah, and he didn't give his jersey away.
He didn't give his jersey away.
That felt, you go.
Maybe we're speculating, but that felt like a goodbye.
Yeah, well, at least goodbye to Green Bay. He might join another team, but
and I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think before he retires, because he's only he is 39. Yes, it's old for a quarterback, but
Tom Brady set the bar high.
Brady kind of proved that you don't have, if you just go to a team with a good offensive line.
Yeah, just when you're about to get sacked, go down.
You'll be fine. I think that he kind of owes it to himself to, before he retires, if he never gets another one in Green Bay, to go somewhere else. Where that will be, I don't know. Unfortunately, the teams that are kind of lined up for him to succeed are all in the AFC.
Yeah.
And that's not, I don't see him wanting to do that at all. You have Miami, you have the Raiders.
Yeah, Las Vegas would probably be the top pick, but
fuck, he'd love it, Miami.
Oh, Miami? Oh, with those two receivers.
With Waddle and Hill.
They need a new quarterback because he should be done. We don't know what he'll do, but
yeah, at least sit for a year or something. But
no, he should be done. He can't have 3 concussions in 2 months.
Yeah. Is the Jets the AFC or the NFC?
They're in the AFC.
Jets is an option. Patriots
would be pretty cool, but they're always more defensive. But
someone threw out the option today, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
Do they have any receivers?
I don't know. I don't really watch them, but I think Tennessee's going downhill though. I think Derrick Henry's gonna, after the 5-year mark, running backs start going down. I don't think that would go well.
Yeah. God, I sound like Cheeks. I don't know. I don't even know. Oh, God. I mean, I don't want Aaron Rodgers to retire because I know he can still be great. And I know this season was there's so many things coming against him.
He's just on such a young team.
And if you're the Green Bay Packers, you're in trouble going into this offseason. There's a lot of things that need to be discussed, discussion number one, you're having a lot of people who are going into free agency. You're going to lose Alan Lazard. He's not going to be there next year.
Yeah, I saw that. He was for sure leaving for the most part.
Yeah, he didn't interview.
Yeah, he said something. I don't remember, but
yeah, they asked him if he thought Aaron Rodgers was going to be there. He said, shit, I don't fucking know. I don't know about anybody else. I don't, fucking, yeah, the wide receiver 3. So let me look up all the free agents. Adrian Olmos, Randall Cobb, and Rodgers will not be there next year. Randall Cobb will not be there. So I can see him if he goes to a different team. His package is kind of, I'll go if Randall comes.
Yeah.
Alan Lazard, Mason Crosby, Robert Tunyon, Mercedes Lewis, Jonathan Ford, Eric Wilson, Keyshawn Nixon, and a bunch of other names. Those are all going into free agency. So,
Oh, Nixon's going to free agency. They got to get him back.
yeah, he's a fucking great punt returner.
Yeah. He did fumble, but they got it back. But
Yeah. Sorry if I don't sound as lively. I'm trying not to die. If you're the Green Bay Packers, obviously you're gonna want Aaron Rodgers back.
yeah.
But you're not opposed to him leaving too. But if you
Well,
had the option to get him back, you're gonna get him back. It's fucking Aaron Rodgers. Let's be honest with yourself. But if you're Aaron Rodgers, you have to think to yourself, is what I need to win here? Will they develop over time? But the issue is I'm running out of time as well. So by the time they develop, am I gonna be able to play still?
yeah.
Their defense. And
That needs.
by the way, the fucking between the amount of penalties and the defense, and just we're pushing medical staff and we're elbowing people in the face and we're picking up the ball during field goal kicks. That's the reason you guys lost to the Lions. Just throwing that out there. Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers should have scored more points. He tried, throw it to his receivers. They fucking dropped it. I don't know what else you want from the guy. So, and the last throw Aaron Rodgers ever threw is an interception. Same as Brett Favre,
Yeah.
by the way.
All that back too.
Yeah, the only difference is one guy just threw a shitty pass and the other one got fucking steamrolled. Want to guess which one who it was?
I know
Aaron Rodgers was the one who's getting fucking steamrolled. He had less time in a pocket than a millennial.
I don't know what they wanted them to do because right off the bat the guy was there, and it was fourth down.
Dude, he had less time in the pocket than my fucking phone. Like, dude had no time to throw the ball.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. The Packers need to go through. So if I'm the Green Bay Packers, I'm looking at this like if we can get Aaron Rodgers back for one more year, great. But it only is one more year because you
got Jordan.
You still have Jordan Love on the bench, and whenever you have to pick between the older guy and the younger guy, you can only push it for so long.
And you also want Jordan Love to get chemistry with these young receivers, but
And you can, if you're the Packers, you can just say, hey, I think it's maybe for our best that, we go with Jordan and Jordan can be young with the young receivers and we can kind of start our franchise around Jordan and rebuild.
that's kind of the route. But I know you want it, but that's the route I would go if I was Green Bay.
And that's probably the most logistical route. But then again, you have Aaron Rodgers, who's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah.
But you have to think that Aaron, if you're Aaron, you have to think, I don't really know if I want to be here. I don't have a lot of time on the clock. I want to go somewhere that's already set up for me to win.
There's a couple of teams that are like win now that just need a quarterback.
I mean, yeah, the Raiders, the Jets, Miami. Miami's probably the best team he could go to as far as team wise. But if he went to the Raiders,
him and Devontae Adams are back.
But is that going to be enough? Because you're in the AFC.
Yeah, then you're playing Mahomes twice.
Allen,
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, you're in the AFC. You have to deal with if you're in the playoffs. If you make the playoffs, which if he goes to whatever team Devontae Adams is on, they're going to make the playoffs. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Wild card or not,
he's going to have to fight Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Trevor Lawrence, Herbert.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's a hard ask. And that's even if he goes to Miami. So I can't think of any teams in the 49ers seem like they're comfortable with Brock Purdy.
What about the Saints? I didn't really watch them this year, but
do they have any receivers that he could throw the ball to?
I know they have Michael Thomas, but he always gets hurt, so I'm not for sure how he did this year.
He could go to the Seahawks. Throw the ball DK Metcalf.
Yeah, but that would be pretty cool.
I don't know. I just don't see him going to another team.
I mean, Green Bay's like they got the talent. They just this offseason they got to commit.
Dude, just go pick up a receiver.
Yeah,
Just go get an Odell Beckham. Go get a DK Metcalf. Go get a fucking
I
anybody. Just go get one more experienced guy.
I would even consider trading one of their running backs because they got two good ones, and just trade them for a wide receiver. You don't need two. I mean, it's good to have two good running backs, but
I mean, you're gonna need to upgrade the offensive line because he got fucking smoked a whole bunch that year. The
oh yeah,
defense has enough talent on it. They just need to be more disciplined. Stop pushing medical staff, you fucking idiot.
that was dumb.
Um, they need to find an extra wide receiver, but they're not going to. And and I think he should know that by now. We do have breaking news, however. I did learn this today on the Pat McAfee show that Aaron is in meetings with Green Bay today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we'll know what he's doing by
Early?
next Tuesday.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh, that's
So if I had a prediction of what's going to happen, I don't see him going anywhere else.
yes.
I just don't see it. I think he should, but I don't think he's going to. And I don't think that I know if he said, "Hey, listen, I'm thinking of coming back," the Packers will let him back.
Oh, yeah, we'll take him back.
They'll take him back so long as they can extend Jordan Love to the 5th year. If Jordan Love says, no, I'm not sitting behind Aaron Rodgers for another year," then their hands are kind of tied. But if they can extend Jordan Love, they will choose Aaron Rodgers over Jordan Love for one more year, which is the right choice because it's fucking Aaron Rodgers. And you can continue with the rebuild even while Aaron is there. You can like put different things, but just pick up one guy for a year. Go get Odell for a
Yeah,
year.
they need a veteran wide receiver. They can't get another rookie. That
Exactly. And Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs will hopefully develop. I think this team has potential to be pretty good. It's just not right now whenever Aaron Rodgers is on a timetable. So
yeah,
if my prediction of how this thing's going to work out, I think I'm afraid he might retire, and I don't think he should. I think before he retires, he owes it to himself to go somewhere else and try it somewhere else. Even if that means going to the AFC. Fuck, if he went to the AFC and played for the Raiders, at least he could say he'll have fun. You know,
oh
he'll have fun again. He'll be throwing to fucking Devontae. Or if he went to Miami, oh my god, could you imagine fucking Aaron Rodgers with Jan Waddle and Tyreek Hill? Oh my god, the team's an assassin. I love it. He owes it to himself before he retires to play somewhere else, to try somebody else, like Brady did. He could go to the Bucks.
I would take.
Brady won't be at the Bucks next year.
You think he's retiring?
No, I think he's going somewhere else.
Oh,
I think he's
I,
going to Vegas. They asked for him. Vegas is interested in getting either Brady or Jimmy G.
Jimmy G. Jimmy G's not that bad, but he's not Tom Brady.
No. The best team that they could get that he could go to in the NFC is probably the 49ers. But I think that their third string quarterback, Purdy, whatever his name is, Brock Purdy, I think.
He looks
I,
pretty good.
from what I'm hearing, he's doing pretty good. So I think they might just stick with him. Um, which hey, whatever. He could go to the Commanders.
Oh yeah, I don't know if he would want to do that, but
I don't know. I don't know. He has to go to a team that's already kind of set up for him to win.
yeah,
The Bucks were kind of already set up for Brady to go to win. He just brought an extra receiver with him.
the Bucks are not bad.
No. But, Tom Brady, if they're bad now and Tom Brady's there, it doesn't mean Aaron Rodgers can fix them.
Yeah,
I don't know. So I was really bummed out about Aaron Rodgers, and I hope he doesn't retire because I love him, and
Yeah.
I, I
What? Oh,
I just want to see him play more football. Um, I love the guy. I want to see him win, and I think there's a story out there where he wins, but I don't know. We'll find out next week, and we'll see. Um, but let's move on to Misfits. Also, by the way, I wanted to say one more thing. Uh, I announced a song the other day, the Godlike remix with Mark Battles and Futuristic. Go to the link in the bio. Pre-save the damn song. If you don't, you're a baby back bitch. Exactly. Also forever talking. Nick and I were sending our love to Damar Hamlin. That was a fucking scary scene.
that was crazy.
Yeah, that was a very upsetting scene.
At
And
least he's doing good.
from what I'm hearing, yes, he's doing better, and he was transferred to Buffalo today, which is good. They did a little story where on the kick return for Buffalo, uh, he was jumping up and down his bed and set off all the alarms in the ICU. So we're praying for you.
Yeah.
Get better. And hopefully we could see you on the field again because I know you love football, and you can just tell he's passionate about it. But let's move on to Misfits 4, and then we'll get the fuck out of here because I feel like hot garbage. Let me find the card. I'll read it off to you because I know you don't have your
There's like 6 fights. This is the big one, right? Out of the whole year. It's supposed to be
uh yeah, I mean whatever one KSI's on. Also, we got some news that Misfits and DAZN signed a contract today. Well, they signed it probably earlier, but they announced it today. A 5-year deal.
DAZN.
Six shows minimum per
That's pretty.
year, plus 2 pay-per-views. So YouTube boxing will be alive and going consistently until 2028.
That's
Unreal, right?
yeah. You gotta.
How?
I'm trying to figure out where they're gonna find all these fighters, but
Who the fuck? How are they gonna do 6 fights a year? At a
yeah,
minimum.
that's crazy.
I don't know how they're gonna pull it off. I know that one I know that they have a couple of shows planned. I think they have one. Oh my god. They have one next month, and then they have one the month after. And one of the month after is in Tennessee. Where I can't go to it because it's in Nashville, but I can't fucking go because it's the Battlehawks game that day. So I'm gonna have to miss that. Hydration. But anyway, this card was originally supposed to be a lot of things before it became what it is.
Yeah.
The original fight card, it was supposed to be KSI and Logan Paul in a co-main event and a main event.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was confirmed that it was supposed to be KSI versus Tyron Woodley, Logan Paul versus Dylan Danis. Logan Paul gets hurt wrestling Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia, tears his meniscus and his MCL, I believe. It's about a 6-week injury. The budget gets shorter from DAZN because how the shows work is DAZN sets the budget of how much they can pay the fighters and
Yeah.
Production show, blah blah blah. DAZN's pretty much paying for everything, right? DAZN, since Logan's off, the budget gets shorter. Woodley is now a lot more expensive. The contract negotiations with Woodley are getting tricky and tricky. So JJ just says, let me just fight Dylan because everybody fucking hates Dylan and he wants to fight and he makes things easier and he's cheaper than Woodley. Great. The fight is KSI versus Dylan Danis. I predicted several months ago that Dylan Danis was
Yeah,
never he was
I
never gonna
remember
walk.
telling-
I don't
Yeah,
know why anyone would ever think that he was. He was never walking to the ring. That's on JJ. That's a bonehead decision on his part. He was never gonna walk to the ring. And sure as shit, he pulled out of the fight.
yeah. I don't even think he had like a training like camp
He didn't. He
or
never had a
anything like
coach.
that.
He never went and got a coach. All of his boxing
That's
training was done with his friend on pads, and then his training sessions consisted of him in a jiu-jitsu gym. He was never gonna fight. That was never gonna happen. He just wanted the clout. It was, and now he's irrelevant. And JJ said on Ariel Helwani's show today, I actually got pulled up behind me, is he will never fight on Misfits again. And Dylan will never dude should never get an opportunity. He's nobody.
yeah.
He is less than nothing. He has fought fuck all. He's fought he's some great dude. He's great at jiu-jitsu. He fought two fucking people in MMA. No hate to them, but they were unranked fighters, what I believe. They were they were set, they were put in there to lose to him. He hasn't fought since 2019. He's gotten his fucking knee reconstructed twice. He's nothing. He's less than nothing. If people stop talking about him, he's gone. And
He's
and
only relevant. He's only relevant because of Conor McGregor.
he's only relevant because of Conor McGregor, because he talks as much shit as he does, and people fall into it. I know he's not who he is outside. He's playing a character. I get it, but
You gotta fight.
if you don't make the walk, then that's.
I'd be like Jake Paul not fighting. No one would care if he didn't fight.
Dude, could you imagine if Jake Paul and KSI got scheduled for a fight and then Jake Paul pulled out?
Oh, he'd get so much hate.
But he would
But he would
never.
deserve-
It would never happen because these
No.
people who are fighting on this card take this shit more seriously than he does.
Yeah.
So he was never gonna fight, and the fact that they ever thought that Dylan was ever gonna make the walk to the ring, he was not gonna fight Logan.
Yeah.
Never, ever. He was never gonna fight Logan. That was never going to happen. So,
Barely.
so Dylan, dude, just go fucking work at the local. Grab yourself a Chuck E. Cheese application. Fuck it.
Hey, we got a better fight though. I think the fight we got now with KSI, that one's gonna be good.
And that Chuck E. Cheese is a joke from a TikToker I saw. So I don't want to steal your shit, but dude, just go fucking work at Domino's or some shit, or fucking, I don't know what you're gonna do. Go fucking plunge toilets, you dweeb. But like, now we have a replacement fight. It's KSI versus FaZe Temperrr. It's a lot better than KSI versus Swarmz. The reason why they decided to go with FaZe Temperrr instead of Slim is because Temperr's a southpaw. Temperr's already on his card, scheduled to fight a mystery opponent, so he doesn't really fuck over anybody else if he switches the card around. KSI has been training for a southpaw the last couple months. Temperrr is a striker. So this is a harder fight than Dylan. I would say that this is the second hardest fight JJ's going to have. Logan obviously being the hardest, then it's Temperrr, then it's the rest of the guys. So, you know,
It should be good though. Good competition at least.
it's a good replacement and it's a natural progression. But we'll just go through the card. We'll go one by one and we'll predict each of the fights one by one.
All right.
And then we'll get out of here because I'm dying right now. I'm dying, Nicholas. I'm dying.
I'm a little too.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna go play soccer because I'm a fucking legend.
Oh, I forgot it's Tuesday. Oh, yeah, Tuesday night.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go over it. So the first fight of the night is it is a women's influencer boxing match. It is you have no idea who these two people are. I do. It's Faith Ordway versus Elle Brooke. Faith is a TikToker.
Yeah.
I've been following Faith for some time now. She's pretty funny. And she has hands. Dude can fight. And I'm not just making that up.
So you think money's on her?
Dude, she's taller. Dude, I actually am pretty excited for this fight because I've been following her for a couple years now on TikTok. And she posts like some of her training footage. Dude, she's got hands. So I can't even lie. She turns off over on her shots pretty well. She got a great jab. She's taking it like super seriously. And then Elle Brooke is an OnlyFans star. Who fought. She fought last year and won.
Did we watch it?
Those are two different people. The winner of this one will probably fight the winner of the last one, who was Ashton Wet.
I don't remember. I just remember one was terrible, but I don't know her name, so I can't trash her.
But listen, we need more women's influencer boxing matches, I think, for sure. But the problem is that the pool to draw from is just so incredibly thin. So it's awesome to have somebody like Faith and Elle in here. But I'm gonna pick Faith for this fight just because she's taller and she seems like she's taking it a little bit more seriously. We'll move on to the next one since you have no idea who the fuck those two people were. But we'll move on to the next one.
I'm trusting you on that
one. I don't worry.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go against you. I'm going with the other girl. What was her name?
Elle Brooke.
Elle Brooke. That's who I'm rooting for.
You want to put money down?
Yeah.
All right, $500.
Come on now. Look where I'm at. Let's take 2-0 off. I'll bet like 5.
All right. God damn it. All right. Next fight is Anthony Taylor versus Idris Virgo. You know who Anthony Taylor is.
Yeah, he rocked Dylan Danis, right?
Fucking cold cock Dylan Danis. He is fighting Idris Virgo. Idris Virgo is one of KSI's sparring partners down at London Shoot Fighters. Anthony Taylor fights like fucking 5 times a year. He fights like every month. Idris has a couple fights under his belt. Idris is a pretty big dude. Hits pretty hard. AT has never been knocked out ever in his life. But Idris is I believe he's a boxer, a pro boxer. So I'm gonna pick Idris for this one. If Anthony Taylor figures out a way to beat Idris Virgo, that sets him up for prime time for a KSI fight in the summer. And he should probably get it.
You think he'll fight KSI? I thought are they not good friends? Or?
They were, and now they're not. KSI does not like Anthony Taylor. They're not friends. No.
Oh, okay.
KSI does not like Anthony Taylor. I thought that they were kind of going to come together a little bit after Anthony punched Dylan.
Yeah, that's what
they did not like each other.
Oh, Dylan just messed with another person. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm gonna pick Idris for this one. But if Anthony Taylor wins, and he probably does earn that KSI fight. A lot of people don't think so, but I think that's probably a good fight for JJ too. If he beats Temperrr, which he will probably. If he beats Temperrr, then JJ needs to fight in the summer, and then he'll fight Jake in December. So, but it might be there's a pool to draw from for him. So, who knows? Next, we got Ryan Taylor versus Swarmz.
Oh,
remember Swarmz?
Oh, I do. He's the guy who KSI killed, right?
Yeah.
That was embarrassing.
UK drill rapper Swarmz versus Ryan Taylor, who fought Slim last. He was the guy who was bleeding everywhere.
Yeah, I know who Ryan Taylor's he headbutted, right?
Yeah.
I'm going with that though. I'm going Ryan Taylor on this fight.
And that's a good pick. However, if you look at Swarmz today, dude is jacked. He went into fucking hiding. He lost all the weight. He's
probably embarrassed.
I don't know, dude. So I don't know. The more accurate chance is probably Ryan Taylor. But I think Swarmz is going to surprise a lot of people. So I'm going to go with Ryan Taylor, but I think Swarmz will surprise a lot of people. Next we have the fight that was supposed to be FaZe Temperrr versus a mystery opponent. They replaced FaZe Temperrr with some guy named BDave. No disrespect, I'm not sure who he is, but an influencer. I believe he's like one of FouseyTube's friends who fought Deji. BDave didn't fight Deji, but Fousey fought Deji. And BDave was in the gym. But I don't know. I don't know. That's all speculation. So no disrespect to him. I just he's stepping in on late notice. BDave is fighting the mystery opponent. I don't know who the mystery opponent is. I think it could be Alex Wasabi, who beat Deji.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting. But I have no idea. But I don't know enough about this fight, but I'm interested to see who the mystery opponent is.
Hard to pick when you don't know one of the fighters.
Yeah. Moving on to the next one, we got Saul Papi versus Josh Brueckner. Saul Papi, I love the fucking guy. He's my best friend on Twitter. We tweet back and forth.
I'm going with Josh Brueckner, though.
Yeah, Josh Brueckner is a killer. He just beat the shit out of poor Chase Damar. Listen, Josh is naturally bigger than Salt.
I was gonna say isn't like Salt Papi only like 5'6"? I looked it
I don't
up.
think he's 5. I don't know if he's 5'6", but he's not as tall as Josh.
That's what Google said, but you never trust Google.
Yeah, Josh is bigger than Saul Papi. I haven't seen enough from Saul Papi that like tells me off the bat he's ready for this. So I don't know. I'm rooting for Saul Papi because I want Saul Papi to win. But this seems seems like a lot. So my head goes to Josh Brueckner, but I'm rooting for Saul Papi. Next we have Slim versus Tom Zanetti. Everybody wants the KSI fight. By the way, if Salt beats Josh Brueckner, that probably sets him up prime time for a really high profile fight. It won't be KSI. A lot of these guys think they're getting the KSI fight. They're not. He's going to fight a professional fighter because he is something that he's trying to get to. And fighting you guys is not going to get him to that.
You gotta get to Jake.
No offense to Slim and Salt, but we're trying. There's levels that we're trying to get to here. Not saying that they can't beat JJ. They might be able to.
Slim's pretty good.
But he needs JJ needs the credibility of beating up a professional fighter of some capacity. So it won't be a YouTube guy, unfortunately. Next is Slim versus Tom Zanetti. We've seen Slim beat multiple people. He just went off the back of being Ryan Taylor. Tom Zanetti was originally on a Misfits card, but his fight got canceled.
I was gonna say, have we watched?
No, we've seen him in like a press conference. He was a dude where the guy was talking shit about his kids, and then a whole like fight broke out in the press conference, and the dude who was talking shit about Tom's kids pulled out of the fight. So then the fight got canceled. So we don't know enough about Tom. We know that he is a Muay Thai background or something like Taekwondo, something, I don't know, something. He has some sort of experience.
I'm going with Slim though.
The natural progression is to go Slim. To make it interesting, I'll go Tom Zanetti.
All right.
For the upset. I don't think that Slim has a I don't know. I think that I don't fucking know. Slim should win this fight, but I think that Tom Zanetti is going to surprise a lot of people. Next we have KSI versus FaZe Temperrr. Again, he was originally supposed to fight Woodley, and then it got changed to Danis, announced to Temperrr. Shout out to FaZe Temperrr for taking the fight on short notice. Temperrr is a better opponent than Danis. He's a striker. He beat King Kenny. He's just coming off the back end of knocking out Overflow on like 4 days' notice, something like that. He does not do well in the short to mid range, which is kind of JJ's bread and butter.
Yeah, just going forward.
Temperrr is 6'4".
Yes.
KSI is 5'11".
This will be a good test though for JJ.
JJ has to beat him. I mean, JJ has to beat everybody he fights leading up to Jake. There's that pressure.
Yeah.
But it's a better fight than Danis fight, so I like this fight more.
Better than Woodley too.
I don't know if it's better than Woodley. Woodley probably beats Temperrr. You don't like Woodley, but
I don't think he's a good boxer. I know he's a great fighter, but like
yeah, I don't think he's a good boxer either. But he might be a lot better than he was now. I have the argument where I want to see this motherfucker fight somebody.
Woodley?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why hasn't he taken a fight since the Jake fight? He is a fucking UFC legend. And now anyone remembers him by right now is just being the guy who got knocked out by Jake Paul.
Yeah.
That's his thing. And he's a St. Louis guy. And I fucking love you, Woodley. You're sick. You're great. But you need to go beat somebody else. You need to go fight somebody else. There was rumors that you were going to fight Tommy Fury. Go do that. Go fight somebody. Go fucking beat somebody up on the YouTube card. Don't ask for too much money. Go prove that you can win. Because a lot of the reason why he's not fighting you, why JJ's not fighting you, I don't think that you really earned the JJ fight.
Oh, no, he has not.
The only reason he's fighting you is to be a stepping stone to get to Jake because Jake knocked you out. Is that what you want to be known for? Really?
The stepping stone.
Really? You want to be known as the guy who's the stepping stone to get to the guy because you got knocked unconscious? You got flatlined. You got beat twice. You need to go prove you're still a great fighter and go prove that you're a good boxer. Go box somebody. Go beat somebody. So that's what I think that Tyron Woodley should do. I don't think KSI should fight Tyron Woodley. I don't think Tyron Woodley should fight KSI. I get it that both of them will make a lot of money for the fight. But what the hell?
You all right?
I don't know. I just accidentally opened up my email. But dude, you gotta go fight somebody else. I love you, dude. I love you to death, Woodley. But go box somebody else. Go fight somebody else. He could headline his own Misfits card.
Oh, he easily could.
Dude, do Tyron Woodley versus Joe Fournier. Joe Fournier was originally supposed to be on this card. His opponent pulled out, so Joe Fournier had to pull out as well. Go fight Joe Fournier. Money. Cash money. Joe Fournier is 9-0 as a boxer. He didn't really beat anybody, but he's rumored to be KSI's next opponent. Or you could fight Anthony Taylor.
That'd also be a good fight.
Or you could fight Gibb. But Gibb's going to fight Mayweather in Dubai, and that announcement's coming soon. I hate that idea, but that's what's going to happen.
They got to stop picking on Floyd Mayweather.
I don't know. Floyd Mayweather's got to stop picking on fucking YouTubers.
Yeah,
that's what Floyd Mayweather has to do.
It's easy money for him, so it makes sense.
What a fucking unbelievable. So, what's your pick for KSI versus Space Temperrr?
I'm gonna go with KSI just because he's KSI, to be honest.
Yeah, I think just Temperrr with being a southpaw, the whole left side of his face is gonna be wide open for that overhand right, and whack, fucking. But respect to Temperrr. So
yeah. Should be good.
Yeah, but we're excited for the fights. It's gonna be pretty big this weekend. I'm gonna get off work early and we're gonna meet up and watch it. Not only that, we have playoff games this coming weekend. And I actually have it on the schedule. Huh?
We don't really care about one though.
That's true. I actually have it on my phone here that we were gonna talk about the playoff games and give our predictions. So that's our prediction for the Misfits 04 boxing card. Hopefully, we get them all right. If we don't, then fucking oh well. But we're rooting for JJ because we want JJ to beat Jake Paul. So, but this YouTube boxing shit, Misfits is so cool. It's so much fun to watch.
They're getting bigger too. Like these guys are taking it serious and they're getting better.
It's great. Misfits YouTube boxing, if done right, is profitable and is well and it does
You gotta
well.
know your worth. You gotta know your worth.
Yes, yeah, and Misfits is doing a good job. They stumble a little bit along the way, but they seem to be doing
Yeah.
a good job. Let me pull up the playoffs. We make our predictions about that, and then we can skedaddle on out of here. Son of a bitch. All right. What a pain in the ass. So sad. We're not gonna see Aaron Rodgers.
I would be fair. They were playing the 49ers. That would not have went well.
You don't know. You don't know that. I'd rather lose to the 49ers than the fucking Detroit. At least then you could say we got in. By the way, the dude who picked off Rodgers, he said he picked it off for like the third time.
Yeah.
He did like an interview where he was like, Rodgers ain't gonna retire, man. And if he does, I'll play him again. I'll pick off another one of his footballs because I own him, or something like along the lines of that. I like sitting here, I'm like watching this interview. I'm like,
you're not even in the playoffs either.
I'm like, what have you done? What have you like? That's your number one achievement. You picked off Aaron Rodgers, who had a broken hand, who was getting getting sacked in the middle of throwing the fucking ball.
It wasn't impressive. It was thrown right to him.
Bro, like, congratulations. It's fucking Aaron Rodgers. If I had to pick you over Aaron Rodgers, I mean, no, and I want the Lions to go to I wish the Lions were in the playoffs over the Seahawks, by the way. If anyone in the NFC was going to go and do it, I would want the Lions to do it.
I'll for them too.
But let's not pretend like the Lions own Green Bay because they beat them twice this year. Let's fucking relax. All right. Aaron Rodgers has owned the state of Detroit as well as the state of fucking Chicago or Illinois. The city of Chicago and the fucking
city of Detroit.
The city of Detroit, not the state. Fucking, I'm sick. I'm an idiot. The city of Chicago and the city of Detroit. He has owned you guys for 15 years. Okay. So let's relax on who's the better football team. But if anyone's going to go to the playoffs in the NFC, I want it to be Detroit.
Oh.
By the way, I wish it was so Detroit could go. But nonetheless, that's not what happened. And it sucks. But
got the Seahawks now.
Yeah. So let's go over the playoffs, shall we?
Yeah. Quick
Let's give our predictions. Let's give our predictions for the games that are happening this week. And then we could give our predictions to see how we think it's going to turn out.
All right. Yeah.
All right. I don't want to pull. I want a different picture. It kind of gives me a better layout. Hold on. Huh?
There are going to be some good games this weekend, though.
Yeah.
I think they're all rematches. Like, they all played each other in the regular season for the most part.
Yeah. All right, ready? We'll start off with the AFC side.
All right.
We have the Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills. Tua is not cleared to compete. It's probably going to be the secondary quarterback.
It's going to be a blowout. Buffalo's going to win.
Okay, I probably agree. Buffalo's probably going to win. If they had Tua, then maybe.
No, I think even with Tua, they were going to lose.
Yeah. Bengals versus the Ravens. It's unknown if Lamar Jackson will be back for that game or not, but I think either way, it's got to be them. It's got to be them Bengals.
Lamar hasn't played in like 2 months. He's not going to come back and beat the Bengals.
Probably not. But the Bengals haven't looked good the last couple. At least not. They've only been playing half a game. But let me tell you something. Before what happened on Monday, that fucking drive that they had to score in a minute was fairly.
They had all the energy too.
It was fairly impressive. So and not only that, but and God bless Damar. We love you to death, as I said before, and I don't think that they should ever play that game. That they should ever replay the Buffalo game. But let's not pretend like the situation the NFL is playing moving forward. Bengals kind of got the short end of the stick a little bit here, right?
they would have got the 1 seed, right? If they would have beat Buffalo.
If they would have beat Buffalo, they would have had the 2 seed. And then if Kansas City lost their next game, then they would have had the 1 seed. Obviously, that's not what ended up happening. But regardless of that fact, that was taken away from them.
It's on a neutral field now, though. So
yeah, but like NFL's plan was there was no way that they could have even got the 1 seed anyway. Like they wouldn't have gotten it anyway because Kansas City won. But there was no chance for them to even get it. And not only that, there was barely any chance for them to get the 2 seed again. And not only that, if they would have lost to the Ravens, then there would have to been some coin toss nonsense. Luckily, a lot of those things didn't end up happening, but they did kind of get fucked out of the 2 seed because we don't know who would have won that game. But I understand that we kind of have to move forward, and it's a tricky situation, so you can't be too mad about it. But the Bengals did get the short end of the stick. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it's gonna matter, but that is what's happening. But I'm just saying that because I think that the Bengals are pissed off and motivated moving forward, as they should be. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we got Bengals over the Ravens, Jags versus Chargers. Who you got?
This is a good one. I think the Jaguars killed them earlier in the year, but I'm going with the Chargers. I like their quarterback. What is it, Justin Herbert? That's who I'm going.
You know why Trevor Lawrence?
I mean, he's all right. I've seen too many times them go in the red zone and just mess up.
Yeah, he throws it over a bunch.
Or interceptions. Should be a good game though.
I'm gonna pick the Chargers too. I like Trevor Lawrence more than I like Justin Herbert. I think Trevor Lawrence is gonna grow up to be a really great quarterback. He was a great quarterback at Clemson. Yeah. Lost to Joe Burrow in the national championship in college. But he was Trevor Lawrence was the guy, and he made Jacksonville, which was not a good team, a pretty good team.
Yeah.
Actually, for the sake of making it interesting, I'm gonna choose the Jags.
I like the Jags too. I like both teams, but I'm
gonna choose the Jags. So then the week after that, if our predictions come to pass, we would have Buffalo versus the Bengals.
That's a good game.
That's a fucking shootout. I believe it would be at a neutral site. I'm not sure though. And then you'd either have the Chargers or the Jags versus Kansas City. I'll say the Chargers win for argument's sake.
I don't think it matters. I'm picking the Chiefs.
I think like if everything turns out the way it's supposed to, we're gonna have ourselves a rematch here.
That's because I think the Bengals will beat Buffalo too. I know.
But I think we're gonna have a Kansas City versus the fucking Cincinnati playoff game. And oh my lord.
On a neutral field, that would be pretty cool.
Would it be on a neutral field?
I thought that's what you sent me, but it could be. I don't remember the exact.
I don't know. I hope it's on a neutral field though. Because Cincinnati walking into Arrowhead and doing what they did last year for a second time in a row. So
I was gonna say either way, I'm gonna pick the Chiefs only because the Bengals have won the last 3 times. Hey, I want the Bengals to win. But I'm picking who I think.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't want to see Kansas City in the fucking Super Bowl again. I don't want to see it. But I think that if they did play in Arrowhead, that is a lot to overcome. But if anybody can do it, it is Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
They have the Chiefs number.
It is that boy Joe Shiesty. It is that boy Joe Cool. That boy Joe Shifty. That boy Joey Jackpot. That boy fucking
Joey Flowers.
Joey Flowers. He's going to the Super Bowl again. This is the Joe Burrow revenge tour. Now it would suck if he gets blown out by the Ravens and loses in week 1. That's bad. But that's who we think's gonna end up. I think it's gonna end up being the Chiefs versus the Bengals.
Yeah.
And what a hell of a firefight that would be. What a great story that would be too. All right, well, moving on over to the NFC side, which, by the way, remember earlier whenever we did one of our first podcasts, we said the Bengals were going to go to the playoffs and nobody believed us, and we had this giant argument with a bunch of people, and we said that the Bengals were going to beat the Chiefs, and they did. Nobody believed us still.
I don't think they've lost since we said that.
No, you guys are fools. You guys are you're children. You're less. Why would you not listen? The only time I've ever made a mistake was when I thought I made one, but I actually didn't. Okay, I'm never wrong. I can't like. They need to stop playing with us, Nick. That's what I'm saying. They need to stop playing with us. Whenever you watch Forever Talking, you're not coming to the show to watch our predictions. You're coming to our show to watch the spoilers before the fucking game. Okay. Let's move on to the NFC side. We don't give a hot shit about the NFC side. I'm not gonna lie. I don't give a hot shit about the NFC at all because
there's just like no one.
Because Aaron Rodgers isn't in it, and the NFC I don't think have any good teams besides San Francisco. Because I think the Eagles have beaten nobody. And
we'll get to the predictions, but yeah, I agree with you.
We got the Seahawks versus San Fran.
I'm going with I think this is easy, San Francisco.
Really? You think so?
The only problem is they are divisional rivals, opponents, so sometimes they have trouble, but I'm still going with the 49ers. It is like the easiest pick, but I'm saying just in case.
Minnesota versus New York.
I'm going with New York.
Really?
Easy. Yeah, that's another, I think, easy
Why?
pick. Kirk Cousins is on the other team. Prime games, Kirk Cousins does not shine.
Isn't New York terrible?
I don't know. I don't know much about them. I know they got a good running back, and I know their head coach is pretty good.
Okay. Well, we'll say New York for argument's sake because I think the Kirk Cousins.
You can say the Vikings.
I don't know because I watched them get murdered by the Packers. And I know that the Packers aren't good, so I don't think they've beaten anybody either. So I like there's these records are not representations of how good these teams are. I'm sorry, they're just not.
Yeah.
Besides San Fran, who like went to war with people and have beaten teams.
They kill teams too.
Yeah. Cowboys versus the Buccaneers. I'm telling you right now, Dak Prescott,
I'm going with the Buccaneers. This is a hard game.
Oh my God. I can't, Nick, I can't do it.
Dude, Dallas is struggling, and you got Tom Brady. Just put those two together.
He's never lost to the fucking Cowboys ever in his career.
I'm going with Tampa Bay, just because they got Tom Brady.
I'm going with Tampa Bay too, but Dak Prescott, if you don't do this,
it's gonna be a good game, but
we can't let Tom Brady do this. We can't let him do this, Nick. We can't.
I see him doing it too.
Nick, we can't let him do this. He's fucking 9-8. You can't do this. You can't do this. I don't care what we have to do. We cannot let Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. He's fucking 9-8, Nick. He's 9-8. The Packers would have been 9-8 too. Guess what? They didn't deserve going to the Super Bowl either. So no. I'm not being biased, but this is fucking ridiculous.
It's funny because Tampa Bay also has home field advantage.
Bro. I'm going to pick the Buccaneers over the Cowboys, but oh my God. Next it would be Buccaneers versus the Eagles. Who you got?
Oh, Buccaneers. I think the Eagles are going to come off that bye. I think they're going to choke.
Melt down.
I could see the Eagles are definitely the favorite, but
oh my God, I'm going to cry. Tom Brady's going to the Super Bowl, isn't he?
Well, Jalen Hurts is coming back on the Eagles. He's been hurt.
He played last week, didn't he?
I don't remember. I didn't really watch him, but I know he's been banged up. So
I think he did.
They haven't been playing that well.
But they haven't beat anybody. I don't care. They barely beat the Packers, and they broke Aaron Rodgers' ribs throughout the fucking game, and they barely won. I don't care. I don't care.
They did beat the Cowboys, but
Who
I mean,
cares? We
I
beat the Cowboys.
I was gonna say the Cowboys.
The
NFC,
fucking Packers beat the Cowboys.
I think the NFC is just not that good.
No, they're not. Fucking Sanford has a third string quarterback.
Yeah, and
they're great.
yeah, it's pretty easy who I would say is coming out of the NFC, but
I think Tom Brady's going to the Super Bowl again. And
I
I'm
think
going to fucking cry. It's gonna bother me so much.
if we did, we would get if Tom Brady did go, we would get a Tom Brady versus Joe Burrow or a Tom Brady versus like Patrick Mahomes.
I can't watch it be Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes again. I can't watch it again.
Throw Josh Allen in there.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to watch it. I don't. I would rather see like Joe Burrow beat Tom Brady because like everybody's saying like Joe Burrow is Tom Brady-esque. So I would rather see that for like the storyline of the passing of the torch thing. But I know if Tom Brady shows up to play Patrick Mahomes, he beat him.
I don't know.
I don't care. I don't care. I didn't think he was going to beat him the other fucking year, and he ended up assassinating him. I do not. Tom Brady scares me in the playoffs.
I don't think they have a chance though to beat the 49ers. I think the 49ers defense will crush them.
If it ends up being this, if it's the 49ers versus if the Eagles knock out the Buccaneers,
yeah,
which they should.
I was going to say they are the favorite.
I don't think they will because I think Tom Brady's going to do his little fucking
do nothing all game, but the fourth quarter comes and score 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, let me flip my little switch here for a second. It's fucking Tom Brady. If it's the Eagles versus the 49ers, who you got?
Oh, I got the 49ers. I think they're the most well-rounded team in the whole NFL. Besides for a quarterback, but that guy's proven to be pretty good.
All right. So your Super Bowl prediction is either the Chiefs or the Bengals versus the 49ers.
Yeah, I got my prediction would be the Chiefs versus 49ers. The rematch of like what was it, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
But that'd be my like best predictions if I had to pick.
Give me the Bengals versus the 49ers.
That's such a good game.
That game is insane. You don't want to watch. The problem is with like the Super Bowl is you don't want the Super Bowl to be a blowout like college football games are.
Oh yeah, like the one that was last night.
Yeah, that was the national championship game.
Yeah, I remember I turned it on and I was like, "Oh, this would be a good game." It was like 38-7, and I was like,
at half.
Yeah, I was like,
at half. The game was over at halftime, and that's not uncommon for college football.
No, the SEC runs college football.
So you want the Super Bowl to be a good competitive game like the Bengals versus the Rams last year.
You know, the Bengals versus the 49ers, that might be the best game I can think of.
That'd be a great game. I'd also like to see the Bengals versus the Eagles.
Oh, that'd be too.
And, you know, even the Bengals versus
Tampa Bay would be cool, or
Tampa Bay, but I don't want Tom Brady to go to the Super Bowl at all costs.
We're in the same boat where like Tom Brady, but also Patrick Mahomes. We really don't want to see them in the Super Bowl because
I don't want to see Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. I wouldn't be butthurt if Buffalo went to the Super Bowl because, like, you know, it's the story of, you know, they're doing it for Damar, and that's awesome, and they're doing it for Buffalo, and they haven't won one, and that'll be good for them. But I think the story is Joe Burrow going and defying the odds and going to the Super Bowl and revenging and redeeming what happened last year. But I think that the best game you could possibly get out of the NFL, what the teams are in the playoffs right now, would be the Bengals versus the 49ers in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
With that being said, I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be the Bengals versus the Buccaneers because I think Tom Brady is going to fuck me over. I think he's going to bend me over, and I think he's going to ruin everything. And I think he's just going to beat Tom Brady, and I don't want to watch him win. I'm tired of watching him win Super Bowls, and it's nothing against Tom Brady. He's a great dude, from what I understand, and good for him. but you're fucking 9-8. You don't deserve to win the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The playoffs were handed to you on a silver platter on week 6.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers had to get the shit kicked out of him for 3 months and then go on a 5-game win streak just to have the chance. The chance.
Oh.
So whatever, man. I think it's the best game you could get is the Bengals versus the 49ers. But I think if you had to pick 2 likely teams to go from the AFC, you would either pick the Bengals or the Chiefs. And if you pick 2 likely teams to go from the NFC, you would either have to pick the 49ers or the Eagles should beat the Buccaneers. They should. But I'm going to pick the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
I cannot go. My head just tells me do not predict against Tom Brady or else you're going to be sad and upset. I don't know. Let's see.
What are we at?
We're about an hour 10, so we'll probably wrap it up here. But yeah, we did the playoffs. We did Damar. We talked about Damar. Also, I didn't talk about Damar yet. Well, I did, but I didn't mention. I'm gonna put his toy drive link in the link in the bio. So go down in the link in the bio and donate if you can. It raised like $6 million, $5 million, something like that, which is awesome. And I'm sure he was stoked to see that. But we're continuing to pray for you, buddy. Keep fighting. We talked about Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, we talked about everything we need to talk about. So we're probably gonna wrap this one up. Godlike, the remix with Mark Battles and Futuristic that's coming out January 27th. Make sure you pre-save that. It's going to be linked in the bio. I'm going to greatly appreciate it. Go down, donate to Damar Hamlin's toy drive if you can. But yeah. All good, buddy?
Yeah.
All right. So that's pretty much all we had today. We're probably going to hop back on after Misfits 4 and discuss again and do another podcast. We're probably going to be doing them weekly now. Because why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's pretty much all we had today. Thank you for joining us for Forever Talking, where we talk nothing forever. My name is Ian Moore. This is my commentating partner and co-host, Nicholas. And everybody have a good one. Have a lovely night, day, evening, wherever you are. Peace.
Said it before and I'm feeling so godlike. Bitch, I've been feeling so godlike. Yeah. Started me and take all the spotlight. Yeah. Actually, I did cause I own that shit. You think otherwise, you were not right. Bitch, I've been feeling so godlike. Yeah. Started me and take all the spotlight. At the top now when I run this shit. Remember when you said that I can't write? Flow's cold, but I think I knew better. Yeah. New suit, stay warm in a sweater.